Okay, Andrew Forsman kindly joins us on the phone right now to speak through a very busy day and a team that's represented across 3 tracks, 2 in New Zealand and 1 in Australia. Morning, Andrew.
Morning, Jason.
Lord Arthur, tell us about what you thought about the run last time and how he's come through that with regards to the derby today.
Not really. I don't know what we thought about it, to be honest. Obviously very disappointing, but we couldn't come up with a reason really to explain such a poor performance. I think he's better than that, that's for sure. Look, he's come through it fine. He's trained on well, so I think we're ready to put it behind us. He has been a horse at times that, when things don't, when the race isn't run to suit, perhaps he just sort of can switch off. So hopefully it was just a case of that and he can bounce back to his better form today.
He's drawn pretty kindly, which is a positive. What sort of instructions will you be giving to Corey? How have you sort of seen the race?
I'm not sure what sort of Murray's over there, so he'll take care of that. But I think we'll probably try to ride him a little bit more positively today, but I think his natural pattern is to just settle and come with one run. So if he was midfield, that would be perfect, but he may be a little bit further back than that. But should get into a good spot from that draw.
Obviously, he's a horse that's well related, and very early on you highlighted him as being a horse with ability. So this is really the type of race, I suppose, where you're hoping him to peak as a 3-year-old. Do you think you've got him there? Is that the feedback from the team?
Yeah, he's definitely good enough if things go to suit on the day. He's just probably, if anything, he's a big rangy horse and perhaps a touch immature yet and not quite the full package, but on ability would like to think he can measure up.
All the best with him there in Queensland. Unfortunately, the other runner there, Lord Bobby, is not able to, Bobby D, I should say, is not able to start in the derby and neither in the Cup. But focusing in on Te Rapa, and also you've got runners at Trentham. But at Te Rapa, in the first race, bookmakers have alerted us of a bit of cash for Not Usual Lightning. You've got 4 runners in that 2-year-old race. What can you tell us about Not Usual Lightning?
He's a nice horse. He's showing good ability right the way through. From barrier 10 today, it certainly won't be easy for him. I think he's going to make a lovely 3-year-old today. Whatever he does would be a bit of a bonus. I'm not sure how Jonathan will approach it from that draw. So, yeah, very much an unknown. Like him and the other 3 going into it, I think they've all got good futures as 3-year-olds. But as 2-year-olds, they'll just be probably a little bit hesitant today on a track that could be a little bit tricky. And the weather's pretty nasty here at the moment. There's pretty cold wind and rain sweeping through. So, he'd be a pretty brave person to have put the money on.
Sort of obviously has trolled well enough. A horse like Birdsong, a daughter of Snitzel, what can you tell us about her and what you're expecting from her today? She's at 550 on option 706.
Yeah, I really like her as well. She's obviously very well bred. She's improved all the time. She's had a couple of trials without blinkers. She's worked a lot sharper with the application of blinkers, which she will wear today. The key, I guess, again, will be that if she can jump from that good draw and not get in behind horses, I think if she can jump, hold a spot, be on pace, then I think she'll run a really good race.
Caribbean Rose in race number 3. Also in race number 4, you're dual-handed with Ambitious Winner and Crafty Jess, both in very good form. Crafty Jess was very strong at Te Rapa a couple of starts ago, and last week at Ellerslie she was good, went second as well. Is she probably the better of the 2 chances in that race?
You could say that, although Ambitious Winner is one of those horses that always, he's very capable and, can put his hand up if things go to suit him. So I certainly wouldn't write him off, but very happy with the form that Crafty Jess brings to this race. And she should handle those track conditions today. I think if you had to back one of the 2, you'd probably be a little bit more confident, perhaps backing her each way.
Race number 5, you've got Mamba, and then the race following that, LIR. Now, she was outstanding at Ellerslie. She was very strong, and in fairness, she looks to have come up really well this preparation.
Yeah, she's always showing good ability. She's bred to get over a bit of ground, which is it's her first race beyond the mile today, so that'll be the test, but we've always sort of had her earmarked as staying there. So she gets her chance today while she's in good form, and a small field, should get a soft run, and she'll get every chance to run the trip out.
She seems to be a horse very adept when there's rain around. She got through Ellerslie well. And are there any fears as to what might present at Te Rapa for her being able to handle?
She's had a few races, I think, from memory at Te Rapa, and she's gone okay, but probably at a mile where she's probably just been a bit sharper and the tracks have been a bit good. So I think the key will be the 2,200 metres. She's always been one to just relax well in her races and run on. And, the way she's bred, the way she runs her races out, she gives every indication 2,200 metres should be ideal.
In race number 8, you've also got Caballero, but LIR at the moment is $3.80. Cossack Warrior's in good form in the 6th. That's at $2.30. You've got Alibaba there at 8. Italian Lover could sit on pace at $7.50. Race number 8, you produce a horse, Caballero, who is unbeaten this preparation. Has he raced up to expectations or has he exceeded them?
Probably exceeded them. He's always shown a bit of ability, just been quite weak and immature. I think he's finally starting to strengthen up. But yeah, we probably thought he'd probably hit his straps once he got over 2,000 metres, and he's been racing so well that we haven't had to go there yet. But that would be the slight concern today. A couple of big runs at a mile, goes up quite sharply in weight, and maybe is looking for the 2,000 metres now. So that, coupled with the fact that he's carrying a big weight, probably just makes it tough for him, but the form that he's in, you wouldn't count him out.
He really has been hitting the line, so given his breeding, as you mentioned, and the way he races, you can understand why 2,000 metres is and beyond is where you're ultimately thinking. I'll ask the question, where are you thinking ultimately for this horse?
We're just very much one race at a time, working through the grades, and we'll see. I don't know how far he'll go this preparation, whether we think at some point we might just back off him, and if he does continue to progress through the grades like he is at the moment, we could consider giving him a bit of a freshen up, and he might be perhaps a Cups type of horse for later in the year.
Okay, so looking again at your horses that you and Murray present at Te Rapa, what would be the horse that you think's most likely to win?
Most likely to win. I think probably Crafty Jess. I think she'd be the one you'd have to follow today, and hopefully I've got that right. Ambitious Winner will probably go and put his best foot forward now today and prove me wrong, but I think she's in really good form. She just had one gallop since last Saturday, and it was very sharp bit of work, and I think she's at the top of her game.
Everything that I'm reading off the Cambridge Jockey Club website and what I've seen in the trials says that New York Minute is ready to go today. How happy are you with her?
Yeah, very happy with her. She's such an honest, genuine mare. So no dramas with her heading into that race today. She's won it the last 2 years. She gets in, obviously she was carted to carry more weight than she had the last couple of years, but with the claim, Chelsea Burden brings her back, right back down to a very competitive weight. So if she can put herself on the pace, I'm sure she'll give a really good sight.
What sort of instructions would you give to Chelsea? Will they be pretty straightforward, given her racing pattern in general, New York Minute?
Yeah, go to the front and increase your lead.
Comparison, and the sense is that she's pretty much on par with how she presented for you last year?
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She's going every bit as good as she was this time last year, and she looks great.
It sounds like a very good lead. Also, Beaujeu in the last race at Trentham. What are you expecting from it?
A little bit of a worry second up. I thought it was a very good run on a track that was maybe a touch good for him. Fresh up, it was a big effort, and that might just blunt him second up on what will be a very testing track. There'll be a few seasoned ones in it, and he may just be a little bit vulnerable today, but probably one to follow.
Excellent. Andrew Forsman there joining us on the Punters Lounge Live. We wish him and Murray Baker and the team all the best with their horses across 3 venues, 2 in New Zealand and also at Eagle Farm in the Derby with Lord Arthur.